Hello, this is Dan Vadebonker, instructor at Red River College. Welcome to the studios of Red River Radio. And today I'm going to show you how to record your Red River Radio show and upload it to our website at radio.rrc.ca. So the first thing you're going to do is ensure that the board is on and operating properly, and you can scan the QR code that's attached to the board to view a video to show you how to do that. And then once you've got everything set up, you can start recording your show when you're ready to go. So the first thing you're going to do is actually launch Adobe Audition, which is this little AU symbol here. Launch this, and this is directly connected to the board, so you can record your show using Adobe Audition. It's a very simple software to use, and anyone who's had some experience with it has told me that it's very easy to use. Then you're going to go to new, file new, multi-track session, title it. I'm just going to title mine Test 1. And there you go. You're ready to go. And now what you're going to do is, I don't have the music feed on the board right now because it would overpower my voice, but you would set up your track on the first track here, hit this R to record. That will start beeping. You can see my voice levels coming up in the levels meter here. And when you're ready to record, just hit record down here. So you've got two buttons to record. Now it is recording my voice, but if you were to have the normal programming Red River Radio music on, it would sound like this.
Can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. You're gone and
So you can hear that is the music that's playing on Red River Radio, and that's how the station should be when you come in. There should be music playing unless there is a show before you. But once you're ready to start your show, you hit record on the session, and it will record all audio that comes through the board, including your voice, the music you play, the content you talk about, any audio, even the phone calls that come through if you're taking phone calls. Everything that goes through the board, the broadcast over the air, will be recorded here on Adobe Audition. Once your show is complete and you're ready to stop it, you would sign off for the day. That's the end of this show. Thank you for listening. My name is Dan Vadebonker. Tune in next week when we'll have more content for you to listen to. Good night. And then you would hit the stop button down here. Stop. And that is your final file. So you can see you have the final WAV file here. You can modify it. You can highlight. You can delete sections. You can edit right here in Audition. I'm not going to do that right now. I just edit, undo. But what you do want to do, all the editing you really have to do is you have to go to the beginning and trim the beginning so that it starts right at the beginning of your show. And to listen to this, you would turn on the iMac channel on the board. It's labeled iMac. You can hit record down here. So you've got two buttons to record. Now it is recording my voice, but if you were to have the normal programming Red River Radio, there you go. So that is the audio. So you would trim the beginning. Here you just highlight and delete, trim it, go to the other side. You can use this bar up at the top to scroll over to the end. You would highlight, trim, delete the end, so that it's the beginning and end of your show. And then once that's complete, you can just save it and export it as an MP3. And to do that, you go up to File, Export, Multi-Track Mixdown, Entire Session. And once you do that, it will automatically name it whatever you titled it at the beginning _mixdown. Now you can delete that if you want to rename this just something like My Show Episode 3 or whatever it is. You can do that. Now you want this to save to the desktop. So I'm going to hold on a second here. You want this to save to the desktop so that your MP3 shows up at the desktop. So I'm going to do that. So it's saving right to the desktop. And once it's done, you hit OK. It is exporting it. Takes 2 seconds and you're done. So once you exit out of Audition, quit Audition, save changes, no to all, then you can see it's right here. Test 1 Mixdown on the desktop. So now you have your show recorded on an MP3 file. If your show is around an hour long, it should be of sufficient size. Anything that goes longer than an hour, be aware, if it goes longer than an hour, the file may end up being too big to upload to the site. So don't try to keep your show to an hour whenever possible. When you want to upload it, you will go to the link that I emailed you, the login for Red River Radio, which is radio.rrc.ca/WP-login, and I'll have emailed that to you. You enter your name, your password, and then this you may be familiar with this setup if you have used WordPress before. This is very similar to a WordPress blog. All you're going to do is you're going to go to Posts, Add New, put a title of the show. So my show, episode, and I would suggest you title these very similarly. I'm trying to keep all the shows on the website very consistent in their titles. So it's simply your show name, episode 1, episode 2, whatever you have you. Don't get fancy with the titles. Then down here, what I would like you to do is to write a brief description of what you talked about. So I've just written here, I showed people how to use Adobe Audition. But of course, you could take a few sentences to just summarize what was covered on this show. And this is why I would suggest doing this as soon as you're finished, so it's still fresh in your mind. Then once you're done that, you hit enter. On the next line, you would add media. Click this button that says add media. Then click the here where it says upload files, select files, and then choose your file that you just saved to the desktop there. It uploads it. Insert into post, and there it is. Now, be aware that it will automatically put the player there. So you see here, it's got my show, episode 1. It's got the brief description I wrote, and here it's got the player. So I've got and now you're recording. That's now the same file that I just uploaded. So then you've got it playing here. The other thing you have to make sure that you do when you're doing this, you make sure you have to tag this in the correct categories down here. So you would click the iTunes feed, and this ensures that the show shows up in the Red River Radio iTunes podcast feed. Then you click the podcast category, and there should be a category here for your show. So whatever show you have, say it is Comic Stack, you click your show, and that ensures that your episode will go to your page, your show page. And that's it. Once you have all three of those things clicked, come up here, publish, and you're done. You can view the post to make sure it looks okay. Here's the post as it appears on the website. If you go to the home page, you'll see that it is the first item here. And from there, you can share it to your social media channels and with your friends and family. So that is it. That is how you record your own radio show using Adobe Audition and then upload it to the Red River Radio website. Thank you for watching and happy podcasting.